must protect the wild. For Doomhammer.
Sounds okay.
I can wait and fish.
Oh wow. That's a guy I haven't seen in quite some time. But he is good in this matchup. Kind of. At least he guarantees misses that half a draw. But he will get at least 2 chances, so Nat Pagal on average is getting him 1 card. Interesting. I could kill it right now though, but I won't. I'd rather kill him with value. The next turn, Feral Spirit, Lightning Bolt, easy peasy. And ideally I don't Lightning Bolt the Pagal. Rest in peace, Pagal. You are... Well, actually, I don't feel any rush to kill it. If I play the Feral Spirit, there's virtually no way he can save Pagal on this turn. Swipe would work. That would work. Chillwind Yeti is more mana efficient. Oh, got one. That Pagal's doing some work, I must admit. Mostly because of my indifference. You got 2 choices. One is Gnomish, Lightning Bolt. One is Azure Drake. Then I'm guaranteed the Fire Elemental next turn, if somehow this doesn't work. If he's killing the Azure Drake on 5 mana, that probably means it's sufficient for me anyways. Against the Pagal, you must not show fear. Though in this case it ended up poorly for me. On average, I think it would have gone better. It's more important to save Lightning Bolts for stuff that can actually attack.
My shield for Argus.
Good answer. Probably the Drake is less good than the other one.
I wonder.
I don't have much to do with spell damage at the moment. The extra health is useful. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to kill this if I really don't want to, but I mean I play this, which means the next turn I have 6, which is good. Although it does mean... No, I should. Alright. And I should get a totem. And if I'd done that in a different order, I could have done 3. But this shock has some value.
Where shall I strike?
Four, 6, maybe 3.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Okay. More oozes are required. Okay. Keep the 2/4 over the 3/2. Yeah.
Hey, give me a minute.
The double swipe? Cute. Pretty good. Yeah, that would have been a really good time to draw unbound.
Hey,
But
give me a minute.
let loose the dogs anyways. I am out of steam, and I believe I've drawn a lot of the good cards in my deck. Although I do have some of the worst cards in my deck in my hand.
My shield for Argus.
Hopefully this does 3 to the golem. Oh, it also did 2 to that one. Oh, cruel world. I don't believe he can actually do anything to the dogs. I'm considering not attacking this turn. I wouldn't trade 2 dogs in for the 5/4.
There is little time.
He can use the golem to kill one of the dogs. The next turn, I'll fish for the spell damage totem, which is a 50/50, and then lightning bolt. The Newish Inventor getting healed by 1 is somewhat significant in the math also.
Shields up. Hey, give me a minute.
My board is so useless. Come on, Flame Tongue Totem. Or card draw of some sort. Oh boy.
My shield.
Whatever, Rag. My board is garbage anyways. Board suddenly looks a lot less good. Oh, the 1/1.
Into the breach.
It is possible to kill the Rag, but
Into the breach.
then I would go into top deck wars. I do have this Earthshock. Fine.
Elements guide me.
I have to make the most of these bad cards, I guess. I can't kill him fast enough, I think. Oh, jeez.
The Earth Mother
Oh.
here.
Too bad. Oh, Flame Tongue. It would have been so good.
Where shall I strike?
Well played.
He could have been a contender.
You win this.
I must protect the one.
For Doomhammer.
Earthshock. I guess I'll keep one. Though, the only targets are really Thalnos and Pagel. And it's not even that great. I think it's better later, when I'm aiming for their Cairn or whatnot. Oh, and a belated thank you to K Mullins for his donation. Leaves a message of, "Hey Trump, I was wondering if you wear pants while streaming. No pants are the best pants in my opinion." I do in fact wear pants. They are really comfy, sort of pajama-y / sweatpants pants. A lot of the chat is recommending Bloodlust, and I see like the request for Bloodlust pop up every so often. But that game was somewhat of an anomaly. How convenient. That's worth it. Against the innervated Yeti.
I must safeguard the land.
And a value wrath. Sure. Choice between Drake and Axe Totem. There's very few targets to Axe, so it seems fine. It's a good target to Earthshock, but it does require having the Stormforged Axe in hand to make it worthwhile. It's good to kill the 2-1 with the Axe. Some people are criticizing the use of Hex on turn 3, but it is certainly it looks bad if he plays Cairn. However, it is important to Hex the early innervated Yeti. Plus, sometimes you get lucky and you reverse, you draw the second Hex at the perfect time. That's pretty good when that happens.
Elements guide me.
I regret this though. A slight regret. I'm not gonna use the Axe for that. The 4 damage is not a big deal. In fact, on reflection, I would have done this play again.
My shield for Argus.
Run it again. Hoping to get the spell damage totem. I've got very specific amounts of mana.
There is little time.
There were a pretty wide variety of plays that could have been made there, involving different cards or saving different cards, and I'm not even entirely sure that was the best play, but I think it was reasonable. Ouch. I'm alright with using the Searing Totem along with the Azure Drake. If I hit 5 damage though, no, even if I hit only 4, the Rockbiter will do it. You won't be playing too many more minions, I think. But the Lightning Storm is really good later. But it won't be as good if I trade off my Azure Drake. So basically, if I hit 5, Flame Tongue Totem will work. If I hit 4, I'll use Rockbiter. Convenient. I don't like playing the Rockbiter, or the Flame Tongue just out in the field without a taunt and without doing massive trading, but it's okay. Basically used it to deal 2 damage to Ragnaros.
Who dares defy this ancient land?
Oh, he did play many more minions as it turns out. That is almost lethal. It's 15 damage. Close.
What to do?
Unfortunately, I've used both lightning bolts.
Elements guide me.
Tough to come back from this situation either way, though. Swipe's pretty good.
My shield.
That is
for
also
Argus.
really good. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Wow. Close one.
Watch your back.
For Doomhammer.
Look, I don't deny that Bloodlust is good against control decks, and it would have been good there.
The light protects.
But it is absolutely useless against aggro decks. Not absolutely useless, but often useless. And quite bad against Hunter and Zoo. As those are the worst matchups I have, I would rather not make them worst. And the control matchup is already generally in my favor. He's got minions that are too weak to be dealt with, Lightning Bolt. And the Feral Spirit, it's not great. But at least I do get to Lightning Bolt the turn after. Hard to say if this is aggro rogue or if it's just general mid-range rogue.
I wonder.
I was hoping I would be able to Lightning Bolt whatever he played. And I can Lightning Bolt whatever he played. In fact, I guess I will. It's just not the best target. That's fine. The wolf can trade with it. And then I can't get daggered. Good enough. If it makes you feel better, comma chat, why don't you imagine this, I'm even not sure what I would take out for Bloodlust, but you can imagine this Chillwind Yeti as Bloodlust. I think that's a consideration as the card I would take out. And just imagine that for the next, the entire day, since Bloodlust will not be going in today. But it's certainly a choice, like I've always said, and some people may prefer it. I prefer having something more consistent.
This guy's toast.
The oozes have been incredibly valuable, and I like having two. In addition, decks got rather low amount of low drops, and I think it's essential. get a good fire elemental next turn on this. Some support from Searing Totem. Whoa. Blade Flurry. I suppose he really wanted to save his Azure Drake against my likely holding of 3 damage. Still, I think that's really extreme. Rook's getting pretty ahead on tempo here, but choice number 1 is Fire Elemental Totem. Takes a minimum of 11 damage, unless I get the taunt. Choice number 2. The Hex is pretty good. He doesn't seem to be running that big of stuff. But the problem is, I mean, I could play a Lightning Storm and Flame Tongue Totem, take out his board. That is the really safe play. I still have the big Fire Elemental. It does lose the Flame Tongue Totem, but I can't see much of a better use of it. Alright, just because this isn't the value play, but it is the safe play. And my read on his deck is that the safe play is more appropriate. When I compare our hands, we've got about the same, but my hand quality is pretty good. I think if I had a less good hand, I would have not done that play.
This guy's toast.
But it's definitely a factor. Looks like I would have taken a lot of damage if I hadn't done that play. Unfortunately, this is not too good. He manages to kill with the commander, but that's okay. Next. The good news is he's out of gas. The bad news is I seem to be at 1 health. The spell damage totem would be pretty nice. No matter what though, I'll be Defender of Argusing, so I guess I won't need the Inventor.
My shield for Argus.
It's no easy trade for him.
Mind if I roll need?
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Nope. 2 top decks. We'll see if he can deal with a 2/2 taunt totem. Oh, I can't look. He's played a backstab and I think 2 eviscerates or something. Oh, Spellbreaker. Who runs that?
I must protect the wild.
For Doomhammer.
If I had all the legendaries, would I consider taking Ooze for Harrison Jones? No, I need the early game drop. The Ooze is currently non-removable. I would possibly consider removing that card for Blood Mage Thanos, since it also is a 2-drop. I'd say the most likely card, hypothetically, if Bloodlust were to come in, would be to replace one of the rather late game cards, or towards the end. And I guess the biggest late game card I would replace is Yeti. So, again, if you really want to play the pretend game, you can pretend whenever I draw Yeti, it's Bloodlust, and see whether or not that would be better or worse. I'm hesitant to play the Stormforged Axe since I don't have a good turn 4, but Axe Weapon is too good. It's just the next turn will be quite bad. I guess I hope he innervates out Cairn. That would be the dream. Yeah, that's easily dealt. And I have a strong turn 6 on this. I suppose I can play the Argent Commander here. It's weak sauce either way, since both of these quote-unquote battle cries are quite good. Actually, I should just... No, I can't do Feral Spirit, I would overload. Alright. If he wants to remove it with his face, it'll cost him some damage. And then he also has to spend a card on it. It's okay. Just not my favorite play. Ah, Keeper of the Grove, combined with that, is very strong. Guess he doesn't have Keeper of the Grove. He must have been considering to swipe it, but that would be pretty ridiculous as well. I have the choice to Fire Elemental it, or I can just hit it with the axe. If I play the Feral Spirit, I'm going to be able to play the Fire Elemental next turn. I guess I would get a totem, and that's somewhat good because Flame Tongue Totem will help. It doesn't spend mana efficiently this turn, but it spends mana efficiently next turn. Officer asks, Trump, could you explain why you switched out Boulder Fist for the commander? Boulder Fist tends to be too slow. It needs something where if it's late game, it does something immediately on entering play. It's rather simple, yeah? Oh my gosh! It's Bloodlust!
Where shall I strike?
My eyes are open.
It was even drawn at a good time, late game, and yet I still prefer the Yeti. Sort of. 3/7/2. That's big enough to hex. Although if I get the healing totem, I might skip the hex. To be fair, if that card were Bloodlust, I would have played Gnomish Inventor instead, and wouldn't have been that much worse. Alright, 4, 10, 11, 13, 15.
Pass me that Arclight Spanner.
You can actually kill me with the combo if I don't remove this. So I guess I will. Always gotta play around that 14 damage burst. +2 per each minion.
Take heart. The Earth Mother needs.
Alright, 2, 4, 8, 9, 11, 13 damage this time around. Damage. Oh, I don't even remember having 2 Yetis. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Supposing he had the Force of Nature Savage Roar, that would be 14, 18, 20. So I do feel some pressure in removing this card. The Healing Totem helps a bit.
I wonder.
Alright, so... I should have auctioneered first. Might actually matter.
I got the best deals anywhere.
It didn't matter, thankfully.
Hey, give me a minute.
No, I should have. I probably would have done this and whatever. Oh my gosh, chicken dinner. That win 100 games thing is pretty significant.